this is your Sports Boys, and
Moose Trick here, guys. You know?
yes, so we have different voice memos going, but that's just for this time. When we do our future podcasts, we'll do it different. But today we'll be talking about what, Ridge?
The NFL picks and, like, who we think's going to perform good.
Yeah, ranking how good they are and
Yeah.
how we think they're going to perform during the season. Because just because they were good in college doesn't mean they were good in...
Are going to be good in the
Are
NFL.
going to be good in the NFL, yeah. Alrighty, so first pick in the
Bryce
draft,
Young.
we'll have to go. Bryce Young, I think he'll be a pretty solid performer, but I can't see any rookies coming in and just being fabulous. But
Yeah.
I think he'll be better than anyone on that team. What's your thoughts on that, Rich?
Yeah, I think he's definitely a star on the Panthers team. And the Panthers are building up, but I don't know if they're going to be... Bryce Young's definitely the number one on their team.
Okay, I agree with that take. Okay, with the number 2 pick, did you believe that the Texans took the right person?
It's debatable because they did have back-to-back picks. So either way, they got the right pick. You know, they did need a quarterback because they had Davis Mills. They started like 4 quarterbacks in last year, so I think they were going after a quarterback that will fit their team. What do you think?
I actually really did like that pick. I'm not sure if it was completely necessary because you talk about the other quarterbacks that they have, but I think out of all the options that were on the board there, that was probably the number one need of theirs. I think they did pretty good on that pick. There was a few other people, but it's pretty solid.
Yeah, I agree with that. But Will Anderson, you could have went too with him either way, but they're the same team, so because he's so good, I think. I think he's gonna be more like Micah Parsons. What do you think?
I actually really like Will Anderson. He's probably actually one of my favorite prospects in this whole entire draft. Of course, Bryce Young's probably one of my favorites as well, but that's just because he's super good, and everyone thinks he's super good, so that's not really any crazy take on it, but
yeah,
I think Will Anderson is a really solid player to fit in with. You say he's on the Texans, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so they got 2 really good picks there. They didn't just get C.J. Stroud, they also got Will Anderson, so they could have potentially won the draft because those are 2 of the best players in the draft.
Yeah. And then for 4, we have Anthony Richardson, which that could be good, but I think he's going to be more like Lamar. I don't think he's going to throw. What's your take on that?
I do agree that he's going to be like Lamar because of the fact that his athleticism is just off the roofs.
Yeah, he's so fit.
It's hard to predict whether someone's going to be good at passing and stuff because, like I said, the intensity of college is way different than the NFL. Yeah. I still think he's going to be a solid quarterback, but nothing extremely special, especially not in this first year.
Yeah, I agree with that. Devin Witherspoon for the 5th pick on the Seahawks, I don't love that pick.
Yeah, that's the first pick that I think could probably be debatable. Also, Anthony Richardson. I don't know if I would have taken him that early, but
the Colts did need a quarterback, though.
Yeah, it definitely was a need for the Colts. So if I was the Colts, I would probably like that pick.
Yeah. And then, Devin Witherspoon, I don't know. I don't think he is that good. For the Seahawks, I would have took Bijan, but they already have Kenneth Walker. Or they don't have a great line either. So there's so many other places other than cornerback that they could have took. What do you think?
Yeah, I kind of got a little off topic on that. I went back to the other pick.
Yeah.
Devon Witherspoon, don't love that pick. I would have selected someone else, but I definitely wouldn't have selected Bijan Robinson either. because
Yeah.
I think Kenneth Walker is a really solid running back. He already was solid in his first year, and I just can't imagine the potential he's going to have in the future.
Yeah. I mean, if they didn't have Kenneth, Bijan would be the right pick. But
Yeah.
they do have Kenneth, so
I completely agree with that take.
yeah. And then Paris Johnson Jr. for the 6th overall pick. What do you think about that? A tackle.
I also don't love that pick. I know he's a really solid player, but I don't know if I still don't love that pick.
I mean, the Cardinals need about every position right now.
Yeah, true. I guess whatever they took was going to help their team, so
Yeah.
I guess it's not a terrible pick.
Yeah. I mean, Paris Johnson Jr. He's good. He's a good lineman, but the
Oh, yeah, no
6th
disrespect to him.
pick?
He's amazing.
the 6th pick.
That's a little early for him,
Yeah.
for sure.
But then we got, for the 7th pick, Tyree Wilson, a D-end. I don't love that pick.
I don't know a ton about that pick. That's probably the first pick in the draft that I don't know a ton about.
Yeah, me either.
But I don't know if he's a top 10 player. I think he probably is, but maybe just not that early.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know.
Especially for how good the
exact-
Raiders line is. D-line is.
Yeah.
Because they have, like,
I don't know
Max
if that was the right
Crosby
pick.
and all that.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the right pick for their team.
Yeah.
That was probably not the highest on the list in their team needs, because they definitely do have a really solid D-line with Max Crosby and a few others, Chandler Jones.
Yeah, I don't think that was the right pick for the Raiders.
It definitely wasn't. It definitely doesn't fit. I know you got to take talent before, like, position need,
Yeah.
but I don't think he's either of those.
No. I mean, he probably has talent. Don't get me wrong. But he's not that high.
Yeah. Like, probably maybe Bijan here.
Yeah,
I mean, I
Bijan
know,
with the
I
next
guess they
pick,
do
8th.
have Josh Jacobs, but it gives value to either trade him,
Yeah.
because obviously they have Josh Jacobs, or if they really want, which would be a stupid move, they could trade Josh Jacobs.
They would get so much value out of him, though.
They would, but I don't think there's
It'd be a
any way that
stupid move.
Bijan's ever going to be better in his career.
Yeah. Or just give
I could be
Bijan
wrong.
a backup. Like, as a backup. And
Well,
then
all right, what's the next pick?
Jalen Carter, the 9th pick. Defensive
I think
tackle. For the Eagles.
Yeah, I think he's a really solid defensive tackle, and I think that's actually an amazing pick by the Eagles.
Yeah, because also they're losing a lot of line, and, you know, they're older.
And Fletcher Cox is getting older, and
Yeah, so
I think if they didn't get him, their D-line might just keep falling apart. So I think that's an amazing
that was an amazing
pick.
pick by the Eagles. But then Darnell Wright, another offensive tackle, with the 10th pick of the Bears. See,
I
I'm
hate
not
that
a
pick.
big fan of taking offensive linemen that early.
Definitely agree.
Like,
That is probably that's such a terrible pick.
I
I'm
don't
sorry I have to say that, but it really is.
like if you want an
Like-
offensive tackle, I would get Peter Skoronsky, or however you say his last name, before Darnell Wright.
That's probably not even the best offensive tackle in the draft, and I wouldn't even take an offensive tackle that high in the draft, no matter who it is.
Yeah. And Peter Skoronsky, the next pick, another line. The Titans really do need a line, though.
Okay, yeah. I think, actually, even though I'm not high on those early picks of the offensive tackle, that was really a team need for the Titans.
And the Bears, because Justin Fields gets sacked every, play.
Yeah, but at least Justin Fields can roll out of the pocket a little bit more.
And, I mean, they had Malik Willis, but they don't use him. They use Ryan Tannehill, you know? So that was a pretty good pick,
Or they
too.
use the bald guy.
Yeah. He was pretty good, not gonna lie. Yeah. All right.
He was decent.
We're getting off topic. Okay, and then with the
No,
12.
I have something more to say on that pick.
All right.
I think, like, I know there's not a ton of quarterbacks there, but they definitely could have used a quarterback. Like, I know they drafted a ton of them.
Yeah.
Like, last year they got Malik Willis, but I still think they needed a quarterback. I don't know who was on the board at that time, but anyone would have
who
helped
was
them.
on the board at that time? Will
Oh,
Levis.
I do.
Will Levis.
Which they also selected, actually, is what's funny about that. I forgot about that.
They did, huh?
They selected him in the first pick of the second round.
I think it was the second pick. Yeah, second pick.
Okay, well, anyways, that was an amazing pick. Even though we're not doing the second round today, that was an amazing pick.
Yeah, I don't know how Will Levis fell that far.
Yeah, there had to be something wrong with either his
health
or something that would give him that much of a restriction.
Yeah, the next pick with the 12th pick, Jamari Gibbs for the Detroit Lions. See, I'm not a huge fan of that, just because they have decent running. They have DeAndre Swift, I think. No, they have Miles Sanders now, don't they?
Yes, I believe they did make a swap.
Yeah, so they have Miles Sanders and what's his name? I don't know, Jamari Gibbs.
Jamal Williams.
Yeah, Jamal Williams, Miles Sanders. So they don't need Jamari Gibbs, or however you say it. I'm not a fan of that pick.
That was a terrible pick. Like, they have so many good running backs that why would they even do that? No matter if he turns out to be good. I mean, unless they were trying to do something as far as a trade goes, but who knows?
Yeah. And then 13th pick for the Green Bay Packers, Lucas Van Ness. See, D-end. But I don't know if the Packers D is falling. So that might be a good pick for him. But I don't know if he's the best D-end in the draft.
I agree. He's probably not the best D-end in the draft, but it is a really good need for them. So I think that's actually a pretty solid pick. Like you said, their defense is starting to fall apart. Losing Zadarius Smith to the Vikings.
Yeah,
and just a lot of other solid players on their team.
Yeah, they've lost a lot of players.
Aaron Rodgers, for one.
Yeah. Yeah, and then for the 14th pick, we got Steelers picking Derek Jones, offensive tackle. See, another offensive tackle. Everybody drafts an offensive tackle. I don't get it.
Me either.
Like, they might be good and all, but they're not going to be better than, like, for example, even Emmanuel Forbes or Christian Gonzalez. I think Christian Gonzalez was the biggest steal of the draft. I mean, I am a Patriots fan, but I still think he was the biggest steal of the draft. I don't know how they wouldn't take him there instead of an offensive lineman. Yeah. I just don't get the Steelers pick. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't get any of the offensive tackles that early. I mean, I know offensive tackles have really good potential and they're really solid athletes, but
not against the defense in the NFL. Like Micah Parsons is too powerful for the rookies. The rookies are just going to get demolished.
And think about this guy, Aaron Donald, Myles Garrett,
Max Crosby, Micah Parsons.
Yeah, they're not going to hold any of those people.
No.
I don't care how good they are.
Okay, guys. Will McDonald IV for the outside linebacker, is that a good pick for the 15th pick for the Jets? I'm thinking it's a great pick.
A great pick. I think the Jets have a lot of things they need, and I actually personally like that pick.
Same.
Just because it fits a lot of their needs.
Yeah, I don't think they need an offense, really. Their offense is pretty good now. If they can
they have a solid offense.
Yeah, especially wide receivers. Garrett Wilson. That's all you really
Aaron
need.
Rodgers to throw him the ball.
Yeah, I know. So that's, like, crazy good.
Oh, yeah, it's stacked.
So they really need a defensive player, and I think he can help that.
That's the guy.
And they didn't need a corner because they had they drafted one last year.
They got a really solid corner in with the Sauce Gardner.
Yes, Sauce Gardner.
I think potentially one of the best cornerbacks even right now.
Yeah, he's up there, man. He was pretty good. And then for the 16th pick, Emmanuel Forbes, cornerback. Okay, that could be good. Could be good.
Who was it for?
Washington. Washington needs every position, so any position could have been good.
Oh, the Commanders, eh?
Yes, sir.
You go first.
Okay, Emmanuel Forbes, he could be good because Commanders need about every position. But Emmanuel Forbes over, like, Christian Gonzalez, Cansey, Zay Flowers, Quentin Johnston, Jordan Addison, Deontay Banks, Dalton Kincaid even. I don't think he's going to be better than any of those behind him. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that take a lot. There's so many better people in the draft. Like, it's crazy to think that he was drafted because it's like all those other people that got drafted after him are going to be probably better.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know everything, but that's just my take on it. I don't think he's going to be better than a lot of those people after him. Even some of the people in the second round.
Yeah.
Like with the second pick.
Yeah. So we got Christian.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Christian Gonzalez is going to be good, I think. He's like a Darrell Revis thing. You know? Stephen Gilmore. He's going to be good. That's my take on it. He's going to be so good, but I think it's going to take him a year or two to get to that potential. What's your take?
Okay. I agree. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Obviously, the biggest sleeper in the draft.
Yeah.
I can't believe he fell that far. There's a lot of great cornerbacks, and he's compared to a few of them, so it's kind of crazy to think that he's on the Patriots.
Yeah.
I know they do have a lot of solid cornerbacks, but that doesn't matter. He's going to come in great, and it could take him a little bit of time, but it doesn't matter. He'll get there eventually.
Yeah. The 18th pick.
Okay.
Jack Campbell for the Lions is one of the biggest upsets, worst pick I've ever seen. Because they have their defense of linebackers, their linebackers are actually stacked. What do you think?
You know what's sad about that pick?
They have what?
When you said his name, I didn't even know who he was. That's how bad he is.
Yeah, I don't even know.
At first.
Yeah. But saying the Lions, like, you don't really know anybody good on the Lions. I mean, there's a few. I mean, there was T.J. Hawkinson, but not anymore. But there's not that many good players. I mean, the linebackers are the best position, and that's what they drafted. So
when you talk about that T.J. Hawkinson trade, that was a terrible trade.
Yeah, the Lions got nothing.
Yeah.
For a superstar.
A superstar, easily. He might be one of the best tight ends in the league right now.
Yes, I don't. That was such a stupid trade. The Lions ripped him off.
I
meant not the Lions ripped him off. The Vikings ripped the Lions off. My bad.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to what you said that much. And
okay,
I was like,
I'm skipping that
right.
pick. I don't even want to talk about that anymore. And then 19th pick, Khaled I don't even want to pronounce. I know I pronounced it wrong, so don't judge me. Cansey. I don't know how to say. Defensive tackle. I think that's going to be a pretty good player. Like Vita Vea, almost. You know? What's your take?
You say Vita Vea. I don't think he's going to be like Vita Vea. I think he could be a really solid defensive threat. But Vita Vea?
Well, he's going to be similar. I don't know if he's going to be ever that good, but he's going to be similar.
Okay.
You know?
I guess I could see how he could have similarness to him because, you know, when they're compared to him during the draft, that doesn't mean they're going to be as good as them, but they have similar style of play.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, if you're saying that he's probably going to be better than Vita Vea.
No. And I was just saying it because he got drafted to the Buccaneers. Vita Vea was on the Buccaneers, you know?
Yeah, I guess there is a lot of similarities between the two.
Yeah, okay. And then 20th pick, Jackson Smith and don't even know who he is. Don't even know who he is.
He is goated.
He is?
Probably the best wide receiver in the draft. I know there's a lot of hype around Jordan Addison, but I don't love Jordan Addison. I really like Jackson Smith and Jigba. See, I think he's going to come in for the Seahawks and be really solid because, I mean, they do have Tyler Lockett, they do have DK Metcalf, but there has been rumors that they wanted out last year, so maybe that continues this year and something happens, they do really bad, and Jackson Smith and Jigba becomes the number one of that team.
Yeah, see, I don't know Jackson Smith, but I know I've heard a lot about Jordan Addison, but I don't think personally Jordan Addison's going to be that good. I'm gonna take on your take, and I think Jackson Smith it will be better. Even Quentin Johnson, I've heard a lot about him, and I think he's gonna be pretty good. As the next pick we go on to for the Chargers,
I think he's gonna be better. Than Jordan Addison. Both of those receivers.
Yeah, I don't know if Zay Flowers will be better than Jordan Addison. I don't think he will, but.
Probably not Zay Flowers, but he could still be a solid receiver.
Yeah, he would be. But I think Quentin Johnson and Jackson Smith are definitely the top two wide receivers. Or top 5. Whatever you want to say. Right?
Yeah, I agree with that. I know, like I've been saying, there's a lot of hype around Jordan Addison, but I just don't agree with it.
Yeah.
They say he's, going to pair so good with Justin Jefferson and have a better season than him. I'm like, no way.
Yeah, no. Jackson Smith, definitely a pretty good pick.
Mm-hmm.
Quentin Johnson.
I actually love that pick for the Seahawks.
Yeah, Quentin Johnson, I think that's a pretty good pick.
That's the next pick, right?
Yeah, for the Chargers. I think that, we talked a little bit about him, just barely. I think he's going to be a darn good pick.
Mm-hmm. I mean, to pair up with Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, they're both
Allen's
up there on age.
Yeah, Keenan Allen's getting older, and he's getting more injuries, so that was a good pick by the Chargers.
Yeah, because if Keenan Allen gets another injury, who knows if he'll even come back and be as good. I think even it would be smart to trade him, maybe. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know he's a great receiver, and he's probably top 10, top 20 receiver, but just his injuries put him out a lot, so.
Yeah. And then Zay Flowers, not a love, because I would have took Jordan Addison over that.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Because Zay Flowers, I mean, he's going to be all right, but why draft a wide receiver when all Lamar does is run?
True, and they got Odell, so there's no way they're going to throw it to anyone else.
Yeah, Lamar will just be like, Odell.
Mm-hmm. Or he's just going to run it.
Yeah. So, I mean, Jordan Addison, why? I don't get it why the Vikings took him either. Because they have, Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. Do they still have him?
They do not have Adam Thielen anymore, but it's okay.
That's my bad, guys. I just don't love the pick. Because Justin Jefferson gets the ball so much that Jordan Addison's going to be left out.
Yeah, and then we talked a little bit about T.J. Hawkinson being one of the most dominant tight ends. So how is there even going to be any, touches for him?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Nope, me either.
And then for the 24th pick, we got Deontay Banks. Giants. Cornerback? They do need a cornerback, but I just don't know if he's going to be good. You know?
I don't know if I love that pick.
Like, they also need a... Wait, if I'm not wrong, they just got Dalton Schultz, didn't they?
I'm not sure about that. I'll have to double check on that. They definitely don't have Darren Waller anymore.
Yeah, the Giants. I mean,
yeah,
that could be good. I mean, a cornerback, yeah, sure they need that position, but not the best pick.
I would pick a wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, they're all the wide receivers kind of got drafted right before him, but.
Wait, so did Jordan Addison get picked yet?
Yeah, he was for the 23rd Vikings pick.
Okay.
And then we're on the 24th.
I didn't know when the Vikings selected.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't love the Deontay Banks pick, but that could change. That could change.
I mean, this could all change depending on their performances, but this is just our thoughts of the picks.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we don't know a ton about them, but we still know enough to know if they're going to be good or not. But,
yeah.
of course, they're just predictions, and we don't know.
Oh, yeah. Dalton Kincaid.
I love that pick.
I love it just because he's from Utah, but I think he's going to actually be good.
He's going to be so solid, I think. He was such a dominant tight end in college. He almost looked like a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Like, his hands are amazing, and he still has the size of a tight end. I think he's going to be so good.
Yeah, he's like the size of Derrick Henry and has the hands of, like, Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, for real. Like, I could see how it could take, like, a few years for him to develop, but...
Yeah, to fit in with the NFL, but I think he's going to be solid.
After he does get that physicality of the NFL, even though he feels like he already has it, but I don't think he does quite yet.
Yeah, it's
pretty
like
close, though.
It's like you restart once you go into the NFL. Like it took Michael Parsons like half the season to get to where he is.
Yeah, I think it just takes a long time to like convert from college to NFL. Like I said, the like physicality of it is just so much different.
Yeah. I agree with that. It's kind of like going to the NBA draft. Like the player you wanted to get drafted to the Jazz. Who was it again?
I wanted Cam Whitmore to get selected.
Yeah, you said he was the most fit for the NBA. And I agree.
But then I think there might have been some health concerns or something that made him drop that far.
Yeah. But, Dalton Kincaid, that's a solid pick.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
Because just like the fit that he has for it, just like Cam Whitmore, like he feels ready for the NFL.
He was so ready, I think. I mean, we can't really say anything until we see it.
True. I mean, we're just trying to predict it, but it can always change. So, next pick.
Yeah. Okay, 26th pick, Mazi Smith. Defensive tackle for the Cowboys.
I think that's a pretty solid pick to pair with Micah Parsons, so he doesn't have to do everything all by himself. But at the same time, they also have that left outside linebacker or right outside linebacker.
Yeah, one of them.
Oh, DeMarcus Lawrence or something like that. He's really solid. So I don't know if I love that pick, but it's a decent
pick. It's a pretty good pick. Especially, if there's a wide receiver on the board, easy take the wide receiver. Because their top receiver is CeeDee Lamb, and he's good. But they don't have a second that's okay. Michael Gallup, he's not that
Brandon
good.
Cooks, though, they traded for him.
Get Brandon
I think
Cooks.
He's going to come in and be really solid. That was an amazing trade by them.
Yeah. And then here, the same thing right here. The Jaguars, for the 27th pick, took an offensive tackle. That's where the tackle should be going. But For the Jaguars, I mean, Trevor Lawrence did get sacked so many times. But
Yeah.
they could have used, like, a defensive player. Like, coming behind him for the Bengals, Miles Murphy. That would have been a better pick.
I agree. I think I love the way that Trevor Lawrence is starting to develop and be like an amazing quarterback in the league. He's kind of up there with Justin Herbert. He kind of reminds me of Justin Herbert, actually.
Oh, yeah. He or Justin Herbert or Drew Brees.
So he needs someone to protect him, is how I think. So I don't hate that pick, but I do actually like Miles Murphy that the Bengals selected that late in the draft.
Yeah, I'm a Bengals fan, guys. You probably already know this, but Miles Murphy is getting that late in the draft. I'm so happy.
Yeah, that's another sleeper.
Yeah, like I know we just said like that our teams were sleepers, but they were. And the Will Levis going second round, that was a big sleeper.
Yeah, like the Titans, they got like a really solid quarterback.
I know. Everybody thought he was going first round. No, he didn't even go first round. He didn't even go second round, first pick.
I think he has potential to be better than maybe even like Anthony Richardson or someone that's that high in the drafts. Is what's crazy about that.
Because he's pretty solid player. And I mean, Miles Murphy, I love him. He's so aggressive. And the only reason I think the Bengals drafted him was to stop Patrick Mahomes.
Yep, they definitely don't love Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
As you can tell because of Jamar Chase's response during that interview type thing.
Yeah.
The Pat who?
The Pat who. That was a little disrespectful. I mean, Joe Burrow was honest. Joe Burrow was so honest.
Oh, yeah, he said hands down that he was the best quarterback in the league. And, I mean, he didn't even say that himself was the best, which is like, actually hard to say.
Hands down.
Mm-hmm.
If the Chiefs didn't have Patrick Mahomes, they'd be one of the worst teams in the NFL. What's your
Yeah, because the thing about that is they don't have great receivers anymore. All they got is Travis Kelce. They got Valdez-Scantling, but that's not an amazing receiver. Like, I feel like they're really relying on Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes so much. And then they also do have Isaiah Pacheco coming in, but besides that, they don't have an amazing defense. They have a decent defense, but nothing amazing after they traded Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah. My favorite part is Brock Purdy. I know he was in this draft, but he's so good for being a rookie.
I love seeing that. It made me so happy.
Yeah, and then, McCaffrey coming to the team.
Oh, yeah. All those moves by the 49ers were amazing.
Yeah, you can't get any better than that.
Oh, yeah. Like, I guess they knew that Brock Purdy was going to be that good. I mean, you already know Christian McCaffrey's going to be that good, but...
Yeah. I just don't know. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo got injured, and then Brock Purdy came in and was the superstar.
Yeah, and even Deebo Samuel is so solid. He's rising, and even Brandon Ayuk.
Oh, yeah. Like, those are so... But Brandon Ayuk has hops.
Oh, he does.
Bro goes like...
Have you ever seen that thing of him hurdling that guy?
Yeah, bro like hops
awesome.
10 feet in the air. With pads on.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Bro could dunk on an NBA hoop. All right, and then, so Miles Murphy, that was a solid pick.
Okay, that's not really the pick we're on, bud.
Yeah, well, it was. Now we're going to 29th, Brian Breeze. Of course the Saints have to pick up a Breeze,
Yeah.
They have to bring up some sort of Breeze back into the lineup, because of Drew Brees. They got defensive tackle Brian Breeze from Clemson for the Saints. I don't know who he is, but I think he'll be somewhat decent, but the Saints' D is already so good. Why do you need a defensive player?
Agreed. Their wide receiver core is something that needs to be talked about. I know there wasn't a ton of wide receiver options to be shopped, but they need something like a tight end or anyone that can receive the ball, whether it's a running back, a fullback, just someone who can do something as far as receiving.
Yeah, when you laughed and said fullback, that could even help.
Exactly, like that's why I said that. I mean, I know it's funny, it's an underdog position, but fullbacks are great, like Kyle Juicy.
You know, huge check. All right, 30. The 30th pick from the Eagles, Nolan Spit. Oh my gosh, Nolan Smith, outside linebacker. That right there is a pretty good pick from the Eagles. Because the Eagles' D is good. Don't get me wrong. But it's not great. So they needed that pick. And their offense, the Eagles' offense is already so good. And then there's another thing. The Eagles got Nolan Smith to stop Patrick Mahomes. Right?
Okay, yeah. I agree with that for sure.
Yeah.
I actually really like that pick because of the reasons you have mentioned. I don't really have anything else to say as far as that goes, but really good pick.
Yeah, that's a solid pick. And then some person, whoever this is, Felix Enedike Uzama. Don't know who he is. From the Chiefs.
Yeah. I don't love the pick.
I don't love the pick.
I mean,
because I don't know who he is.
He has potential.
Yeah, I don't.
He has potential, but I just don't think he's the guy that they needed.
Yeah, I mean, they need a defense, but like you go to the second round, there's so many other people they could have picked. Joey Porter, first on the board of the second round. That's a way better pick.
Oh, for sure. Joey Porter's solid.
Yeah, that's way better than drafting the Uzama guy.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, he might have potential, but still, Bryce Young is the best out of all. But I think the Texans stole the draft.
I said that at the beginning, and I still think that 38 minutes into the podcast.
Yeah, I still think the Texans, honestly, I think the Texans or the Titans stole the draft.
Yeah, you could definitely argue that the Titans stole the draft, but I still think the Texans were a little better because they didn't even have those picks.
Yeah.
Well, they had the first one that they had.
They had the second, but they traded up for the third. Because Will Anderson, I think he's going to be solid. I think he'll be better than C.J. Stroud. That might be weird, but I think he will.
Well, it's hard to compare them because they're two different positions, but I think that might have been a even better pick than C.J. Stroud. I know there's a lot of hype around C.J. Stroud.
Oh, yeah.
And I think he's amazing, but I think Will Anderson was just as good a pick as him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to try.
All right, what we got next? Is that the end or what?
I mean, we could go through a little bit more if you want.
Okay, go into depth a little more.
B.J. Ojulari for the 41th pick for the Cardinals. The second round, 10th pick. B.J. Ojulari.
Okay.
I think that's a steal. Not going to lie.
So, if you use him in Madden.
Oh, yeah.
He's goated.
He is. He is actually goated. Or at least the draft class we got. He was
the
good.
draft class he got, he is a really solid player, and I actually think that could escalate into real life.
I think so, too. I think B.J. Ojulari and Joey Porter and Will Levis Those are like the best people out of the second round.
Yeah. I think that some of those people should have went in the first round. Those people that you mentioned.
Yeah.
So, any other picks that are notable?
Joey Porter. He should have went first round. He's so good.
Yeah, Joey Porter's definitely a guy that you have to consider in the first round. Like, when you're about to take the Uzama person over him, or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Awful move by the GM or whoever drafts.
Yeah, no one really knows who makes all the picks.
Oh, yeah, because there's, like, several people there when it happens, but...
Yeah, I'm looking for the first punter or kicker.
That's such a funny thing to be looking
punter,
for.
I found it. Bengals, for the 217th pick, the Bengals select Brad Robbins, a punter out of Michigan.
Of course the Bengals would be the person to select the punter.
Oh, yeah.
Just like they selected Evan McPherson, which actually no dissing Evan McPherson because he's a really great kicker.
Nope, there was a punter before the Bengals. You want to hear it?
Okay, what you got?
The 192 pick, Bryce Beringer, selected out of Michigan State from the Patriots.
Wait, what?
I don't know why.
The Patriots. Now you have to say, yeah, the Patriots would.
I don't know why, because didn't they have like Jake Bailey or whatever?
No, they had to cut him because he was injured or something.
Oh, so I guess that was a good pick, hopefully.
It was a pretty solid pick.
I don't know if he's going to be good or... Because kickers and punters, they can be a hit or miss.
Yeah, definitely not a notable player, but it's just kind of funny to hear that the two favorite teams that we like are the people that selected
punters.
the punters.
Yeah. I don't know if there's no really other solid players. There might be ones that just randomly show up, like a Tom Brady thing or something, but... Yeah. Oh,
yeah, like
Mr. Beast. Wait, Mr. Beast video. If I hit the drone... Tom Brady said, if I hit the drone, I'm coming out of retirement again. He hits the drone. That was funny.
Yeah, so, don't count it out.
Yeah.
Also, you say a guy like Tom Brady. We have to go back again to Brock Purdy. I don't know why, but he's just such a good player, just like Tom Brady. You would have never thought that Tom Brady would have been good or Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
And they both proved us wrong, so who knows? Maybe Brock Purdy
Patrick Mahomes,
turns out to be like him.
Bro was slower than a few linemen in the combine.
And now he's way faster than all the defensive linemen that are running after him.
Patrick Mahomes said on an interview, if you put somebody behind me in the combine, I would have ran way faster.
Mm-hmm. I think that was on the Travis Kelce podcast, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it was. Well,
the Kelce podcast.
Yeah, well, I think that should be it for the podcast.
Yeah, I guess we'll wrap this up. This was your Sports Boys and
over and out.